Are you ready for the biggest shift that has ever happened to the human race? Are your family and your children ready for the biggest shift that has ever happened to the human race? Are you even aware that a shift is coming? And do you know the nature of it? Let me explain. You have been born into a world where humans have been conditioned to accept the idea that they must work to live. They must earn money, they must buy things, they must run in some sort of hamster wheel in order to gain what they need from their lives. And most of what they believe they need is outside of themselves. So they need, first of all, food, shelter, but also they need stuff, and they need travel and holidays, etc. So we have got a big set of needs that is keeping us peaceful and keeping us happy. And one of the biggest needs is the habit of working and spending all of our time doing something purposeful in order to earn the money to get the things that we perceive that we need in order to be okay. So why is the shift coming? Well, the shift is coming because if you condition a planetary species to work, gain purpose, and live through the money and the things and the externalities, and then you invent a technology like AI, you are pulling the rug out from almost everyone in terms of their life and what happens next. And the children who are at school at the moment learning to do certain things are already replaced by a technology that in the very near future will replace almost every job. It is a very interesting paradigm shift for the human race. What we are going to see is that AI can not only do operational jobs, accounting jobs, analytical jobs, secretarial jobs, but it can also do things like driving jobs, doctor jobs, lawyer jobs, anything that is information-based and anything that is organizationally based, it will pick off very, very quickly. We are deep into the progression right now, and it's going to happen really fast. So replacement of the jobs is going to be a cascading effect that will happen way faster than you perceive. It's already capable of doing so much when it comes to things like marketing, when it comes to script writing, when it comes to writing in general, and when it comes to doing papers about different information. It can answer most college papers. Just given a good prompt, it can literally do the college work. And that's a sign that the college work is futile. Because as we start to see it for what it is, we realize that if you just need to give it a prompt at the moment, soon it will be able to take on a task in a certain space, such as being a lawyer and a judge and jury within the legal structure, for instance, and it will do the whole thing. So the judges, the lawyers, and all of the redundant staff that are wrapped around that space will have gone. As will the drivers, as will the secretaries, as will the people who are doing spreadsheets and analysis, as will the people who do accountancy. So most of the jobs will just disappear. And administrational work will be given to the AI, and it will be automated. So 80 to 90% of the people will become redundant, save those who are practically maybe growing some food, although that's being automated, and carpenters and electricians. People who are practical are going to have the longest run of keeping their jobs. But the rest of us who've been trained to a high level maybe and have gone to university or college in order to be managers and work in a cog of business will be replaced quite quickly, because without people to manage, there isn't a need of managers. So the paradigm shift is upon us, and it's happening really fast. Your children, if you have sleptwalked through this change, are currently being taught skills that they will never need. And we are heading into a change and a shift where that many people will become redundant, that many people will lose purpose, and that many people will have nothing to do, that we will deepen the mental health crisis that is already upon us, and there will be a crisis of meaning and purpose hitting world populations. This is almost inevitable, and for the people who say, well, we should stop it, we should not let the AI do human jobs, hear yourself back and decide, does that make any sense? Does it make any sense for a human to do what a machine can do? So, no, it doesn't. And should it be allowed? Well, maybe, but there's going to be a transition. There's going to be an inevitable transition towards people not having the kind of work as a purpose that they've got now, not doing the number of hours they are doing now, and moving into a place where many of them have no skills that can be used within the sphere of useful work. This is a global challenge, and it's a transition that will definitely and inevitably cause collapse in societal methodologies, and a conditioned species who are dependent on this method of living will become very disillusioned and will go in conflict, and they'll fight the government and they'll need somebody to blame. So the paradigm shift is coming. The only question you've got to ask yourself is, are you ready? And maybe it's worth looking at the different interesting things that are happening in the world at this moment that may support a massive shift in workforce, in population, and in monetary gain, and the consumerism that we've become dependent on. As a race, everything's about to change. This is not the Industrial Revolution or the Information Revolution. This is a paradigm shift where the fabric of our lives is about to be completely rewritten, and in doing that, we are going to see that the dependencies that most of the population have upon the work, money, and the things that they're buying with that money and the places that they're going with that money are going to be foundationally challenged. Are you ready? Maybe it's something you should look at.